To all of the massive, I man, I set an example. Vern God, the massive impossible. Jadaman, me quick and me full of lyric. And you looking at me basket, you know me have it.
The newest DJ that on the scene, you know. DJ VG, straight out of Castries. But anyways, look at the screen in front of you. We are talking about Arkham. And we are talking about a couple people who is involved in running Arkham, from the government to hands-on. Now, you have a guard, a warder, we call them in Jamaica. The man them call them khaki, meaning them wear khaki clothes. Now, that boy, him name Man Rose, him is supposed to be the head of intelligence. But what him do, him interview inmate, it's called reception. And you see who they are beefing with, if them have war, this, that, whatever. So what him do, him interview the inmates them, you know. But him still put the 6 and the 7 gang. So if him know, say listen, Marigat man them a war with other set of man, him interview them, you know, and bring them together. But what is ironic, him have a niece named Raven, and she is wanted by a major crime, you know, to set up a young guy in the 6 gang. And you understand, see the information there, you know. The 6 gang member them call him Bedroom, that time nickname. And them say the man get killed. In a see that I see that right there. Now that a female niece. And he is in charge of gang intelligence. Yo, something wrong with that.
To all of the massive, I man, I set an example. Vern God, the massive impossible. Jadaman, me quick and me full of lyric. And you looking at me basket, you know me have it.
Jano, how that? A DJ VG that. Yo, DJ VG, I mash up the place. Yo, me like that. But guess what? DJ VG is a clash, you know. And me I show you who you are clash. Hear this DJ VG.
Let's go down when they used to go to that Tivoli. They go down when they used to wear a secret khaki. Man, give me $10 for me. Lunch money. They use it $10 get the license. Never smoke it in a school, smoke it in a gully. Some people did a pass, but tell me mommy. But I went me reach home, that was 10:30. But who me go check for the one shot you see? He rub up for me back and rub up for me.
No, who wanna think win the clash? Eh? Who wanna think win the clash? Me I gonna save that for the last. But put fun and joke aside, I want to talk about some serious issue regarding Arkham Detention Center, aka Bordelais.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
It's Countryman again. Just I lick you with some wisdom, and I lick you with some knowledge. You gotta take inside your brain. It says, son, I've learned a lot out of reading people's faces. No matter how them are going, like them original, them fake. You gotta know when to walk and know when to run and know when to fall and know when to stand.
Viewers' discretion is advice. One more time. Viewers' discretion is advice. Yo, editor boss, big up yourself every time. See, you don't know. You don't know it go be a brother. I don't know. Yo, as we move forward, see, me I talk about Bordelais, but something caught my eye. because at the front of the video, you see Vern Glad clash with Muma. And it looked like a Muma win, because I say me I tell you who me think win. But Vern Glad, the commissioner of police, he was really talking about this thing right here. This is a new detention center. So Mr. Vern God come out with all of the big bad policemen them, and he is DJing about this. Pretty much he must say him know how to do it and things. So, you know, I am gonna say with this one here, like I say, a Bordelais me I talk about, but with this is not too much of a bad move, because as you know, the prison population I grow, and we know Arkham insane asylum is very, very, very overcrowded and stuff like that. So this ain't a too bad of a thing, but let's move along and talk about Arkham. You have the prison in St. Lucia, right? And you have certain government bodies like the police and other firefighter, whoever, you know, who run certain things. Did you guys realize there is a guy who runs the Home Affairs Ministry? I'm gonna call him 1 Foot Peggy, you understand? And there's a reason I call the guy who runs the Home Affairs Ministry in St. Lucia 1 Foot Peggy. Now, since he's been Home Affairs Minister and he is in charge of the prison, he's in charge of the police, he's in charge of this, he's in charge of that, him in charge of Arced and cold motherfucking fat. 1 Foot Peggy has never ever Bombarasclad put 1 foot into Arkham prison to see what's going on with the inmates them, to see if the inmates them is being treated with human dignity. Did Mr. 1 Foot Peggy ever do that? So I am trying to figure out. No, I am chuckling, but it's not funny. Let me tell you why I chuckled, and it's a big shame and this motherfucking grace. You understand? This Minister of Home Affairs, 1 Foot Peggy. Now, obviously, he has one leg. That's why I call him 1 Foot Peggy. And would you think this guy would tour a disabled facility in St. Lucia? There is none. That's why. Would you think this guy would do things for the disabled, and he is motherfucking disabled? Him have one blood clot, like he was in a car accident and he take off him blood clot foot. And this guy, would he ever do anything for the disabled, for people with mental illness, for anybody in the prison? You have inmates in the jail who are going totally crazy. So listen to me, people. I bring to you the one and only Mr. 1 Foot Peggy, the Home Affairs Minister. He get the greatest award of the night, the negative award. That's the award you get. Now, with that said, let's talk about Bordelais. Arkham. Let's go.
To all of the massive, I man set an example. Vern God, the massive impossible. Jadaman me quick and me full of lyric, and you looking at me basket, you know me have it.
Now, I say me I talk about Bordelais, Arkham. But this subject here where me I talk about, me address the police commissioner. Now the Right Honorable Verngard, we know you are the big time man. You did run the prison, then you leave, you went to Tartol or whatever. But there is a big issue going on in coalition with the police them, and the charges and the DPP, aka Green Goblin. Now, there's lots of guys in Bordelais who's on remand for years and years, and from what my intel them is telling me, there is really no evidence. So, Mr. Verngard, what I am saying is, if there is no evidence in a lot of these cases, why don't you instruct your officers to do the right thing and to go through their case and make sure them have facts, them have evidence, and move forward with the case? Because what this is doing, it is slowing down the system, putting the system in a backup, and it is also violating people's right, the right to a speedy trial, the right to a fair trial. So these are all the allegations, all the issues, that needs to be addressed. Because if the police them just pick up people, throw them in a jail. You heard the young lady said her brother was arrested because he got upset because he didn't get paid. And he got into a contention with his boss. And for some reason, this young man end up in Bordelais prison, and he can't get bail. And this young man is not a murderer. Yo, him pissed off, him drink one little Guinness and cuss up 2 bumbo claw to him boss. And the police come and attack this man, beat the shit out of him. You understand? Him have all sort of charges. Next thing you know, him end up in Bordelais. So, my thing to the police commissioner, make sure your officers them is doing the right thing. In Arkham, there is a serious breach of security. Now, you have farm workers, the guys them who go outside and farm on the farm. Now, what's going on, you have other inmates, the hitman them and the notorious inmate are working with these farm workers, and the farm workers them, they're bringing in poison and gas, and they're trying to kill the witnesses them that's in the jail. That goes to another problem. Now, you have guys who are witness to crime and working with the Crown prosecutor, Green Goblin. And Green Goblin is not protecting these people. Now, you put the witness in the same jail with the accused. I've never heard of that. And the witness them life is in danger. Now, what they accuse them and other people is doing is using the guys them who go outside to work in the farm and on these farms to bring in gas and poison to kill the witness them. Now, that's a serious breach of security. Now, Mr. Green Goblin, you is the man in charge of pretty much the prosecution of the accused. Now, remember, all crown witness, all witnesses is working for you. So why are you not protecting they witness them when they inside the jail. Why are you not working closely with the director of the jail to preserve these witness lives so you guys can close these cases? You know why? It is alleged that this Green Goblin character might be on the taking money to keep people in jail, and it's not done yet. Now, you have a brother. He is a policeman in the prison, a warder. And I am going to call him Police Academy. Now, look at Police Academy. Now, Police Academy is in charge of taking the inmates them to court. And them do a lot of Zoom court in St. Lucia thanks to COVID. And I guess it saves money. But he cannot keep the inmates them and the prisoners them separate. Whenever him have a round of guys to take to court, the man mix up the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, the 10, and it's totally chaos. Inmates attacking each other in front of him and the judges and stuff like that, and nobody talks about it. Now, there's also a very crazy thing going on, and this is the last thing I'll talk about before I round it up, because there's lots more to talk about in other videos. This complaint right here is a very critical and serious complaint, because now, when you're there in prison, you have to put in a request to get your food. And when the inmates, them family bring the food, on the list it says stuff is allowed. But the prison guard who is doing the checking and admitting the food says otherwise. And then what they do, they take the people them food, they put it to the side, and say it's going in the trash bin. But what these prisoner officers do, they actually take the inmate food home. Yo, I've never seen anything like this. Yeah. So that is some of the issues that's going on out there in Arkham. Now, they have a new director of the prison. And I'm going to talk about him in the next video, him and a couple other people. Because I said I was going to drop some names in the second video, and here are some names. The director, I am going to call him Big Mac, because his name is Mac Albert. So I name him off the famous hamburger sandwich from McDonald's, and his name is Big Mac. Like I said, crisis going on in Bordelais. The whole, I don't care, they can paint a rosy picture about the St. Lucia police force and the Green Goblin office and the prison them this doing good crime down. That's fucking bullshit. They really need to get in there. For such a small country, they should be able to get in there and clean up stuff and make stuff right. St. Lucia ain't that big, you understand? It's not even 300,000 people. Come on. What is going on? Mad corruption, mad violation of people's rights, dignity, moral. Yeah, all that. That's what's going on. Like I said, more videos coming. My name is Countryman.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.